On today's Average Joe Show, the Seattle Seahawks might be in a little bit of trouble. The Legion of Boom could be split up. Michael Bennett has been moved. Richard Sherman has spoken out. He does not want to play for that squad anymore. And reports have been murmuring that Earl Thomas could be on the move as well. Rest in peace to that powerhouse. That bandwagon might be getting a little bit lighter. Taylor Hall has been tearing up the National Hockey League recently, and we'll talk about his impact with the New Jersey Devils this year, where they sit in the standings, and just the NHL standings as a whole. With the last couple weeks of the season, it's going to start to heat up. Tyler Clippard has joined the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen. We'll talk about him and his enormously thick glasses. In a more serious note, Demar DeRozan has spoken out about mental health issues. He is going to pave the way for a lot of other people to come. Kevin Love has also spoken out. We will talk about that. And we will give our top 5 with Jon and Oz. We'll be discussing some rap. Top 5 artists we think are tearing up the game right now and dropping fire on those mics. It's going to be a good episode, boys. Stick around. And with that, let's get fucking going. Welcome to episode number 8 of the Average Joe Show, presented by Jonathan and Oz. Today is March 7th. It is a Wednesday. March is a huge month for us. It's college basketball season.
Yes, it is. That's going to be very soon.
It's always been college basketball season, but I feel like people only care about March Madness.
I only care about March Madness.
I don't even know. Don't really pay attention to anything else about college basketball other than March Madness. Like the whole.
Yes, we do. We're very knowledgeable.
We're very knowledgeable at the sport, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
But pre-March Madness, I could fucking not know a thing.
No, that's not correct at all. We know much.
We know lots.
Yeah, we know lots of stuff. Tune in when we talk about it, because we definitely know what we're going to talk about.
Oh, we know what we're talking about for sure.
For sure.
I mean, I know exactly who the top seed is, obviously. I mean, but in all seriousness, no.
Who is it?
I'm gonna. Anyways, I feel like the only person I know in college basketball, I do know a lot of people, but the only main one I know is Grayson Allen.
He had his nice moment with
Coach K the other day. That was pretty cool to see. I feel like Grayson Allen stayed one more year extra of college. I think that year extra, people started to appreciate him more. He wasn't as hated as I wanted him to be. Because he stayed an extra year.
Because he's a 4-year senior and everything. Yeah.
And then he had like that huge moment. I was just like, fuck, boo.
Boo, Coach K, boo.
Fuck you, Grayson Allen. He's like one of those stars in college basketball, like him.
He's going to be like Doug McDermott in the NBA.
Yeah, it's like he had a good college career, like Doug McDermott and Fred VanVleet and like.
Hey, whoa! Don't talk shit about Fred VanVleet.
Fred VanVleet, and there was another guy.
Sebastian Telfair back in the day.
Jimmer Fredette. It's like
don't be chirping. Jimmer's going off in Europe.
It's like next year when we watch college basketball, like, oh look, Grayson Allen's not playing. This is weird to watch.
This is
strange. Anyways, today is Wednesday, so you know what that means.
It's hump day.
It is hump day. We're halfway through.
Not for you or I.
Not for you. No. I mean, I did last night. Hey. Anyways, Wednesday.
Little Pamela Henderson for you.
Wednesday is we're gonna do our first segment of cut or uncut. Every Wednesday we'll do a cut or uncut. We're gonna have
Tuesday. This will be our first. This will be our only. Hopefully, podcast on Wednesday.
Yeah, true. We're a little bit late. Sorry about that, folks.
The episode on Saturday or on Sunday was either release it at 1 in the morning or release it the next day.
We decided to choose the next day.
Yeah, so we went Monday, and then we decided to release this one a day later. But you're gonna get 4 podcasts out of us this week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
I'm sure you guys are excited about that.
Yeah, I'm sure you're real glad
to listen to these guys 4 times now. Anyways, so yeah, cut or uncut. I'll start it off here.
Okay.
I mean, we'll both give our opinions on it. You know the jar like obviously there's the jar of pickles, and then some people have the container of pickles. You pick off the cap, you lift it up, and you take the pickle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Cut or uncut? Putting pickles in that container I was just talking about, or do you leave it in the jar itself?
I would uncut the container. I definitely use the container.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass to use a fork to try to pick the pickle. When there's a big, they're all in the jar and they're all kind of like close. It's not that bad. But when they start separating and you gotta like, why not just put it in the thing? You lift them up. Yeah, exactly. Nice dry pickle.
Because when you're putting them, when you just leave them in the jar, you got fucking people with their greasy goddamn hands reaching in the jar, picking up all the pickles. Yeah. I'm like, what are you, born in a fucking barn?
People don't wash their hands. No, the flu's going around. Yeah, exactly. I don't need that shit.
What do you live in the woods? Like
fucking savages. Like in the jar of pickles.
Like don't get your greasy hands all over the goddamn pickles. Is what I'm trying to say.
So yes, uncut the jar of pickles.
Uncut the jar of pickles. I mean, well, cut the jar of pickles.
Cut the jar of pickles.
Uncut that little container that lifts up conveniently. Take out a pickle.
Exactly.
Eat it. Anyways, this might piss me off a little bit. Putting the broken eggshells back into the the egg carton.
Uncut. Put them right back in the egg carton.
So Are you fucking kidding me?
You just throw them all out later. You don't even have to throw them out now. Just a nice, crack. Put them back in. It's all good.
Just when you crack the egg open, just throw it out right there.
What if I'm not close to a garbage can though?
Walk over there because you say you're gonna
I don't want to do that.
When you say you put them back in the thing and throw it out all at once, you got to put the carton of eggs in the recycling bin where all the cardboard and paper go. You can't put eggshells in the yellow bin.
But what if one of your eggs breaks accidentally and eggs all over the carton? Then you can't put it in the recycling anyway. So you might as well just put the shells in there.
Well, don't be an idiot.
Well, that's not an option for me.
Just crack the egg.
I can't just
normally.
not be an idiot.
Even if there's some yolk, just throw it in there anyways. Who cares? No one really cares, right?
I leave them cracked in the container.
Okay, well you're fucked up. Anyways, cut the broken eggshells back in the cardboard box.
No. Uncut that shit.
Okay.
You leave those broken eggshells in the container.
And if you guys don't know what...
Let the next person deal with it.
God, you are a lazy asshole. And if you guys don't know what cut or uncut means, cut means good, or cut means bad, uncut means good.
Yes.
That's the moral of the story.
Yes.
Next one. Carrying around a tiny lint roller to get the hair off when you're in like public places. Do you do that?
It depends on
what
kind of attire I'm wearing. If I'm like in a full suit, then, uncut, I'd like maybe a little lint roller in my nice pocket so I can, get all the hair and white stuff off of my...
Yeah, what kind of white stuff?
Don't worry about it. Off of my nice suit. But if I'm in, sweatpants and a sweater, I'm not going to carry around a little lint brush. I have a dog, too, so it's like...
The reason why I bring this one up is because I when I noticed a while ago when the Raptors game was on, Drake was sitting in his seats, and he was fucking rolling.
Yeah, he had his lint brush.
He was rolling his pants.
He was in a nice suit. I
think he was in some pants, some good old sweatpants.
I don't think he was in some sweatpants.
I don't know. Anyways.
But, I mean, just in general, yes, cut. You don't need a little lint roller.
I think just in general cut, but
not in Sault Ste. Marie. No one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck.
People walk around with shit on their pants.
And another one I have here. Let's make a little combo here, a little combo dish.
Okay.
What about a tiny, like a hairbrush? Like a little hairbrush you just keep around. Your hair is all messy when you're in public. You're like, gotta fix this shit.
No, cut.
Cut? Okay, I'm gonna uncut.
For men or women?
I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna uncut that one.
For men?
Definitely uncut for women.
Yeah, I mean, women can do it. Women carry around
fucking... exactly. They have a purse to carry around.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
They have a suitcase on them at all times.
I mean, it depends.
If you're a man and you're really carrying around a fucking comb and in your back pocket, I think you're a douchebag.
Okay, I am a douchebag.
That's just how it goes.
My hair gets messy sometimes, and I like to fix it and look good. You know what I mean?
Do your hair when you are
out. I know you do that,
or not out when you're at home.
When you can do that, but it still fucks up halfway through the day. The wind catches drift of the toupee.
No, you're just a douchebag if you have a little comb in your back pocket when you go in.
This is a big one. Fortnite's been a huge game. I got my first solo win today, actually.
Yep.
I elected not to do this because I've already done it before with multiple duo wins with you and I.
Okay.
But posting every win you have on Fortnite on your Snapchat or Instagram story.
Cut. I think for the first 2 or 3, you're like, yeah, I won.
Yeah.
And then after the 25th, it's like, okay, your cock's huge.
I feel like I have to say uncut because I have done that.
I've done it too. Don't get me wrong, but I don't put all of my wins on Snapchat.
Yeah.
I don't think
the only ones I haven't put on Snapchat were the one I won today, because it was like, whatever, I've done it enough recently. And then when we won back-to-back games, or the one in 2 games and 2 wins in 3 games, yeah. I didn't do the second one because I was like, I already did this.
Yeah, I already did one.
I could have put the caption back-to-backs, made it look like we were cooler. I didn't like to do it.
Yo, come fuck on me.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a definite cut.
Yeah, I think so
that's
too.
A definite cut.
If you're up into like the 30+ wins.
Yeah, exactly. The first couple wins, you can do it. I
think if you're above 5+ wins, you should just be keeping them to yourself.
Yeah, and also, even though I did this today, even if you win the game and you elect to, like, you say, like, oh, I should post this on my story, but I don't want to, so let's just send it to all my friends. Don't fucking do that.
No, don't do that either.
I don't fucking care if you have a huge cock or not. I don't care if you won a game of Fortnite, for fuck's sakes. Don't send it to me. I knew I did it today. I'm going to stop doing that. Just don't fucking do it. Anyways, big one. I was in Lids the other day, and I see people, and I mean teenagers, like grown ass people, wearing these fucking Sesame Street hats with Oscar the Grouch and shit on the like the blue Cookie Monster hat.
Yeah,
wearing those hats.
You don't
in
think
public.
Those are hip and in style?
No. That is a fucking cut for me. That's a definite cut.
I think I gotta cut those as well. I'm not sure what they're going with that one.
And when I see those people in public, I get it if you're young. Like, if you're like...
Wasn't Sesame Street like our thing?
Yeah, like Sesame Street was our thing.
Like, if you're 16, you didn't watch Sesame Street.
No, like,
why are you wearing that? That's not nostalgic.
I feel like people, like, it's okay if like a 9-year-old, maybe like an 8-year-old wears it, but if you're
like a child,
if you're like a 14, 15, even when you're 14, I think 14 is the cutoff. Like, from 0 to 13, you can wear the hat. 14 and above, if you wear the hat, I swear to God, I'll sweet chin music you in the middle of in the middle of the mall.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, I would too. This is a big one. I think you're gonna like this one.
Okay.
Rob Gronkowski retiring from the NFL to join the WWE.
No, cut. I don't want that.
That's an uncut for me. That is a
very... I think give him 2 or 3 more years, but right now, no.
No, you got to get him out of the NFL now.
No,
you got to put him in the WWE while it's
you don't have to put him in the WWE now. They got Ronda Rousey.
So you slide him in there, you fit him in there to for a WrestleMania bout. What would Rob Gronkowski's special move be? The Gronk smash?
The Gronk spike.
The Gronk spike?
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like that would be it too. I
don't know what the hell he would spike, but...
We're going to do a little business venture. We're going to email Vince McMahon somehow.
And tell him this finisher should be the Gronk spike.
The Gronk spike. We'll promote that.
I'm pretty sure that they'll come up with that. I think
they will come out with that, but let's say that first before it actually happens.
So we can say
yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm sure other people have thought about that before, but anyways.
I'm sure that's been mentioned a million times. But...
Do you have any more things you want to talk about for cut or uncut before we switch over here? Any other big ones?
Cut or uncut? Wearing a gold Jesus chain when you're not religious.
Definite cut.
Definite cut.
That's
for sure. If you're just like
cut. Like if you
an atheist guy walking around with a massive cross on.
Yeah, you just that is the douchebag right there.
That's the guy with the comb in his back pocket.
Exactly. That's like the Italian mafia.
Italians are very Christian though.
Well, the ones that aren't. I don't know if there is any.
From New York.
From New York, right? So yeah, that's the first segment of Cut or Uncut.
I'm sure you didn't enjoy it, but we're gonna probably keep doing them every Tuesday.
I mean, something to do. Before we get going into sports, I got another thing. A big who's back of the week. Mm-hmm. This is massive.
Yeah.
Like, get prepared for this one. This is absolutely huge. Smarties Blizzards are back at Dairy Queen.
They are.
Yeah. They're back. They're better than ever.
Yeah.
I tried one yesterday.
Nice.
I was in the drive-thru, right? I was like, small or large.
And you had to go with the large.
I had to go with the large.
Yeah,
I got small for every other one. It was like, fuck it, Smarties back. Which brings up another point. I used to work at McDonald's. I shouldn't have said that. Fuck. I don't anymore. Anyways.
I used to work at McDonald's too.
We are losers.
Yeah.
Should bring back the Smartie McFlurry. I mean, I feel like since Dairy Queen has switched over this,
they might as well.
They might as well bring the Smartie McFlurry back. Do you want to talk about some other good McFlurry or Blizzard treats that haven't been? Maybe we can get something from here. What's something that hasn't been made yet?
You know what? A flavor.
A flavor that has
Blizzard or McFlurry.
A Blizzard or McFlurry. What would be your ultimate flurry / McBlizzard? It's the other way around. McFlurry / Blizzard.
McBlizzard / Flurry.
Yeah. What would be your I honestly, God, I'm thinking combos. I'm thinking you put a combo blizzard. No? Okay, what about this one? Cheez-Its. I feel like
why do you want a cheese flavored ice cream?
I feel like Cheez-Its, like the original Cheez-Its or like the spicy Cheez-Its.
Spicy cheese.
I feel like you throw those in there, you mix it around with the machine.
We get like a jalapeno cheddar like McFlurry.
A jalapeno cheddar McFlurry.
That sounds
like
awful.
Like a beef McFlurry. Like a Big Mac McFlurry.
With big chunks of meat and lettuce in there.
And pickle.
And pickles and onions.
Okay, I think I think those could definitely really kick off. But
the Filet-O-Fish
McFlurry. Filet-O-Fish McFlurry. Anyways, that was fucking brutal. That was probably one of the worst segments we've had.
What kind of McFlurry would you make if you could?
Yeah, I know, eh? Another who's... I feel like this is another one we should discuss. I've noticed myself doing this. Who's back? Every single time I watch the NFL Combine, I just sit and watch the linebackers run that stupid drill for 2 hours, and I can't take my fucking eyes off of it.
What drill?
That stupid one. They do the coverage drill, they backpedal, they run forward, and they get it thrown to. I was watching that for, I swear to God, an hour and 45 minutes the other day on my laptop. For no reason.
Just because
there was no football on. I was like, wow, this is as close as I'm going to get to football until fucking September.
Yeah.
And I think what makes it better is the announcer guy gets it so hyped up. You're like, it tricks your brain into thinking that this is
actually exciting.
This is actually exciting. I'm like, wow, this is fucking juiced up. And another thing I was excited for, I was just waiting for Shaquem Griffin to come up. I'm like, is he going to catch the ball? Like, you know what I mean?
Is he just going to one-hand everything?
Is he going to Odell everything, or is he going to use his forearm technique?
Is he going to like let it hit him in the chest?
And then every single time I got closer and closer, I was like, hey, he's coming up. Yeah. And then he actually caught. It was interesting to see.
Yeah. What happened?
He caught it.
Yeah.
He caught the ball. He didn't do the one hand.
No.
He caught it and then like pinned it against his bicep or something.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of weird to see. It was kind of cool to see. I think
he's apparently going like the 4th round.
Like
that's pretty high for a guy with one hand.
I feel like it was funny. It wasn't really. It's not funny to see this, but it was funny to hear that someone from, I think it was the Browns. I don't know. The Browns are always the center of stupidity here. Was asked like, what do you think of Shaquem Griffin? And they were like, well, I think it'd be better if he had 10 fingers. I mean, it's a pretty fair. It's a fair statement. Like it's a fair statement, but like, I mean, I feel like Shaquem Griffin would fit. Like the only like, I don't think he's going to fit.
He would fit in well in the Giants.
What? Why?
With Jason Pierre-Paul.
Jason Pierre-Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
he knows how to play with one hand.
That's jokes. What? And another thing I was saying, like I feel like he wouldn't. If your scheme is for your linebackers and defensive players to actually wrap up and tackle people,
that's going to be not good for Shaquem Griffin.
That's not going to be good for Shaquem. That's not the scheme you want him to play in.
No. What kind of scheme do you want him to play in?
One where he runs fast. The one where he just all he's going to be doing is being the contained guy on the kickoff.
He's going to be playing QB spy the whole time.
Oh fuck. Anyways, yeah.
Anyway, hey, good for Shaquem Griffin.
That's that for the uncut who's back of the week. What's the first topic we're talking about here today?
All right, so the Seattle Seahawks look like they're getting torn down here. Michael Bennett gets traded to the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles for a 5th round pick as well as a young wide receiver. Mm-hmm. Pull that up.
Yeah, pull that up. Initial thoughts on this trade is what I've noticed from Michael Bennett is he's a fucking cancer in the locker room, right? Like he's had he definitely had issues in Seattle in the locker room, and I feel like the only people that would really want to take that on are teams that have a pedigree, and like the Patriots, you know what I mean? Like teams that can like handle that. I don't know if the young core, even though they just won a Super Bowl, would be able to handle the stupidity and the cancer that comes with Michael Bennett.
Yeah. I mean, I'll talk on that in a sec. I'll just finish up what he got traded for here. Seahawks are trading defensive end Michael Bennett, a 7th round pick, to the Eagles for a 5th round pick, and wide receiver Marcus Johnson. I believe Marcus Johnson was a 4th or 5th round pick last year for the Eagles. Mm-hmm. He's a wide receiver. He's okay. They just really traded him for a 5th round pick and a 7th. They got a 5th round pick and they gave up a 7th. Mm-hmm. But Michael Bennett 8.5 sacks last year. He fits right into that Eagles defensive line rotation.
He's definitely gonna.
And he's a good player. Yeah. They got him for 3 more years though. He's getting a little bit older. He's still a good player, but like you said, if the locker room kind of problems that he's caused over the last couple of years do resurface themselves, they'd have him for another 2 after, or have him for another 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I mean, they can just cut him, but they have a decent amount of cap space penalty on that.
I feel like the only way this is going to work out for the Eagles is that if he rides a bike everywhere he goes.
I think with the Eagles winning and all the veterans they got on that D line, he won't. I think if they start losing, you might have an issue, but the Eagles look pretty good.
The Eagles look
with Carson Wentz getting, I think the Super Bowl next year might be a rematch of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was this year. But just some other teams that were in on Bennett: New England, Cleveland, Tampa, Falcons. Just to name a few. So Cleveland's just trying to get some talent any way they can, I think. New England apparently offered a 3rd-round pick for Michael Bennett. There were conflicting reports that the Seahawks turned down New England's 3rd-round pick for the 5th. There was also a report that they got in their offer after the Seahawks had already accepted the Eagles' offer, and they didn't want to go back on already saying yes. But I don't know, Michael. I like Michael Bennett. He was a good piece for a long time for them. He's a versatile defensive lineman. You can move him outside or inside. Mm-hmm. The Eagles got a good player. They don't give up much. I don't really like that the Eagles are getting stronger, but at least they're in the other conference. The only way New England will play them. You'll have to deal with them.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's not the Bears are going to do anything anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true. So some other big news out of Seattle. There was some tweets from Jeremy Lane as well as an Instagram post from Cam Chancellor talking about number 25, Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
They were pretty much goodbye posts. Looks like he's still on the team as of us talking right now.
Yeah.
But all signs are pointing to him getting traded, released, something like that. It just doesn't look like he'll be on the team next year. Seattle looks like they're trying to get younger.
Yeah.
What do you think Richard Sherman could go? What are your reaction to that falling out? Do you think it's kind of been coming for a while here?
I think it's been coming for a while here. Richard Sherman has kind of fallen off a little bit. I mean,
he has regressed a lot.
He has regressed a lot. I don't like it. Does I'm not?
I would say he's still a good corner.
He's
good, not the best corner.
He's a good corner, but this is exactly what Seattle needs. Like they're not gonna win anything with Richard Sherman still kicking around, right? I mean, some team will pick him up and utilize him, hopefully.
Like New England.
Like, shut up. Anyways, I don't. It's going to be the same thing with. I feel like you said, they need to get younger, and it's going to be the same thing. And we've just seen that there was a post about Earl Thomas potentially being on the move too. But
I don't know how much you give up for Earl Thomas after an injury.
Yeah, I know.
Everything, and he's aging, and I mean,
still
they said they'd only
trade. But
they said they'll only trade him for a lot. And if you're only getting a 5th-round pick and Marcus Johnson for Michael Bennett, who had 8.5 sacks last year, healthy.
Yeah.
What are you really going to get for Earl Thomas? Like
even if he doesn't
4th-round pick? Yeah.
They say they want to give him a lot, and then maybe little bite teams to bring him in and get some kind of something for him. But even if they don't end up trading him, you still have Earl Thomas, right? You still have a good safety. It's whatever. Yeah. It's whatever for the Seahawks. But
it does look like Richard Sherman's on the move.
Yeah, for sure.
There could have been a dynasty there. I think Malcolm Butler in New England kind of broke them in that Super Bowl. I mean, they haven't been the same since. I think that's been on Sherman's mind. I think he's come out and said a couple times that that's been on their minds and everything else. And I guess it's probably hard to get your trust back for your head coach after he makes that kind of decision and it kind of blows up in your face that badly.
That's true.
But we'll move on from the Seahawks here. Doesn't look like they're going to be very much that next year unless they kind of retool their roster.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't really. They're not going to rebuild a dynasty with a 5th-round pick, so.
True.
We'll see what they can get for their pieces, but in the NFL, you don't really give up very high picks for players anymore, so I doubt they're going to get very much. So we'll move on here. So Taylor Hall has scored in, 26 games?
26 straight games for T. Hall.
Just fantastic. For Trevor Hall. For Trevor Hall.
You just say Trevor Hall?
For Taylor Hall.
Taylor Hall.
But
his impact with this was the trade they made with the Devils trade they made with the Oilers was fucking beautiful. Bringing in Taylor Hall and for the other side of the spectrum, when the Oilers got Adam Larsson, they definitely needed the Oilers desperately needed some kind of defenseman, so it definitely worked out both ways for both teams. But it looks like New Jersey might be getting a little bit of a better.
Taylor Hall's been on an absolute tear in the NHL.
Like they're
helping them get up in that wild card.
They're the first spot on the wild card right now, and Adam Larsson and the Oilers aren't even in the playoff picture right now. So
a shocker there.
That is kind of a big shocker, especially when you have Connor McDavid on that team. But I think this is a huge move for the Devils. I love the move they made. They definitely needed some kind of superstar player like Taylor Hall, because they've never had that since like Ilya fucking Kovalchuk.
Yeah, true.
So he's been tearing it up this year. He has 76 points in 62 games or something like that, I believe. So I mean,
he's having a fantastic season.
As you can see, 26 games in a row. With that ties Patrick Kane's in the last couple years. I mean, Wayne Gretzky has the fucking most with like fucking 53 or some shit like that.
Ridiculous number though.
But like the most recently, Patrick Kane did that. Now Hall has tied that mark. So I mean, good on Hallzey here.
Yeah, good on the New Jersey Devils as well. I mean, they've been a big surprise here.
Yeah, they've had some
leading that wild card, and they have a comfortable 3-game lead on Columbus, or 3-point lead on Columbus here.
I mean, New Jersey has a rich history of always being a good team, and especially when Marty Brodeur was in there and fucking Brian Giunta and all that shit. The last couple of years, they've kind of fallen off a cliff, but it's good to see that they're back trying to fight for a wild card spot. I mean, they're looking pretty good to stay stationary unless something drastic happens. I mean, they got 76 points. They're in the first spot of that wild card. Columbus is in the second spot with 73 points, and the next Florida with 71, right? So unless they fall off big time, I don't see it happening. They might fall out, but I don't think Florida's good enough. Even though Florida's 7-2-1 their last 10, they've been on a fucking tear. I think if one team's gonna fall out, it might be Columbus.
Yeah.
But who knows? The last couple of weeks of the season here are gonna get really interesting. It's gonna be really fun to watch if you're a huge hockey fan.
Yeah, there's gonna be a tight wild card battle here in Eastern.
How about that Metropolitan Division? The first round seems it's like it might be Battle of Pennsylvania there between Pittsburgh and Philly. That may be a fucking unreal series.
Yeah, it's a really tight race here between the Metropolitan. Only 2 points separating Washington and Philly, and 1 point. Pittsburgh's in the middle, 1 point ahead of Philly, 1 point behind Washington.
Yeah, and then you got New Jersey creeping up there. They might get up in that 3 spot in the Metropolitan there.
Yeah, they might. They might be able to avoid Tampa or Washington.
Yeah, they might be able to avoid a tough first round matchup.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what New Jersey doesn't want to do right now, especially the season they're having. They want to actually be able to fucking
they don't want to just get bounced and swept in the playoffs
in the first round, right?
Yeah. So
the East is looking pretty good here.
Yeah. So what do we got? If the season ended today, what do we got matchups? We got Tampa Bay would be going up against Columbus. Tampa would be a heavy favorite in that series, obviously.
Yeah.
Washington would be going up against New Jersey. Washington would be the favorite there, but
never know.
Never know, especially with Washington's history in the playoffs.
Exactly, and like same thing that happened last year. I mean, Toronto took them to 6 games or 7 games or something. They gave them all tight games, a lot like 3 overtime games.
We get, like you said, Battle of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. That'd be a pretty good series, physical series.
Yeah, and that's another good series right there. Boston and Toronto.
Yeah, it'd be an excellent series over in the Atlantic Division.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, what are the predictions coming out of the East this year, Osborne?
I think the predictions coming out of the East here, if we're talking about Stanley Cup or Eastern Conference Final, I think it's going to be. You can't go wrong with Pittsburgh. I mean, you got Sid the Kid there. It's like, okay. Before we get going here, is it Sid the Kid, or do you call him Sid the Man now? Since he's a little bit older. Sid the Man now. Sid the Man, now he's a little bit older.
Don't think.
You got to keep calling him Sid the Kid, right?
You got to keep calling him Sid the Kid till he retires, because that's just what
even when he's like 40
is.
And still playing. Sid the fucking Kid.
Sid the Kid running around out there, skating around out there.
Whipping around on his blades. Just booting her out there. Anyways, I think Pittsburgh's definitely going to make it out of the East, or going to make it to the East Final, I think, and Tampa Bay. I think it's going to be Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I think the Washington could maybe throw a wrench in there, but
given their past.
Yeah, it's too hard to bet on Washington at this point.
Yeah. So if I had to pick a dark horse who I think might make some moves like Ottawa did, I'm gonna have to go. It's gonna pain me to say this.
Don't say it. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs.
It is the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. I mean, if
it's hard to argue with you though, with the young pieces they have there.
I mean, Freddie Anderson's looking like he's losing a little bit of fatigue now. I think he's getting a little tired. I mean, they've lost the last two. He hasn't looked good in them.
No, he hasn't.
But yeah, I think if there's a dark horse in the East, it's got to be Toronto.
What about Boston here? What do you think about Boston?
I think Boston's been doing pretty good. I mean, they've won 4 in a row here since they got Rick Nash.
7-3 in their last
7-3 in their last 10. I think Boston can make some moves.
I mean, they're 41-15 here.
Yeah. I think they got a good squad. I think Tampa's just too good.
Yeah, I think Tampa's a little bit too strong, especially with the trades they made recently.
And in Pittsburgh, they're back-to-back Stanley Cup champs, right? So
you just can't count them out.
You can't count them out, no. Especially with Sidney Crosby on that team. You just can't.
No, I agree with you. It's hard to disagree. I would go Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay as well. I mean, Washington, Boston, Toronto, and Philly are all looking decently strong, so it should be a pretty entertaining Eastern.
Should be. What about the West here? Let's take a look at the West here.
All right, so look at the West here. Nashville is leading the Central, followed by Winnipeg and Minnesota. The Pacific, we have the New Vegas Golden Knights at the top, Anaheim and San Jose behind them. Then in the wild card, we got Dallas has 80 points in that first spot. And then we have a fight for the second wild card spot here. The Los Angeles Kings and the Colorado Avalanche, both with 77 points. St. Louis with 75 and Calgary with 74. And there's your Blackhawks with 66.
There's my Blackhawks out of the playoffs.
Yes. So initial reaction here, it looks like Nashville's the pretty
I think Nashville's the heavy favorite
over here in the Western Conference. I mean, you have Vegas there that nobody really trusts at this point, even with their great season.
Everyone's just waiting for Vegas to fall off a little bit, I think.
And I mean, it might not even be in the first round, but asking them to go
to the
second, third, you know what I mean? That's a little bit.
It's a lot to ask. I mean, what a story!
Young team.
What a story it might be if that actually does end up happening. That'd be a huge story. But if we had
then you have the. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go. You go first.
I was just gonna say then you have the young upstart Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, exactly.
Out there in the Western Conference.
Huge surprise over there in Winnipeg. I like that, though. It pains me to say that because Jesse's a huge Jets fan, but pains me to say it. But if I had to pick right now who's coming out of the West, it's going to be between Nashville.
And then you got to feel like you got to throw a second team in there.
Nashville and... Oh, man.
Do you say the Jets?
I think Winnipeg, yeah. I'm starting to think Winnipeg. I mean, the Pacific... It's a good
it's got some veteran teams here.
Yeah, I feel like Vegas is gonna fall off. Anaheim is a veteran team, but I mean, I don't really like Anaheim that much. They're on a little bit of a roll here recently, 7-2-10. But I don't know. I don't think that Getzlaf and Perry can get her done.
Do you think there's much of a gap between Minnesota, Anaheim, San Jose, and then the wild card contending teams here?
I don't think so. I mean, I like Minnesota. I think Minnesota's a good team. I think what you're trying to say, I think Nashville and Winnipeg, even Vegas right now, even though I think Vegas is going to fall off, I think they are not that much higher, but I do think there is a huge step between them and the rest of that conference.
Yeah, I think I think Nashville's easily at the top, and then you have Vegas and Winnipeg right behind them, but you don't really know what you get or what you're going to get out of Vegas or right? Winnipeg in the playoffs. And then you have Minnesota, who's a solid squad, but when you're pitting them up against a team like Nashville, there's clearly a gap there.
Yeah.
And just with the points, with the rest of these teams here, there's not a huge difference. So.
And if I had to pick a dark horse coming out of the West, I've said it in the little hockey episode we did with Greg. even though they're battling for that second wild card spot, I like Los Angeles.
Yeah, if they can sneak in there, they're probably a dangerous team.
I think Los Angeles is a dangerous team. I mean, look at the point differential right there. It's 27 compared to every other team.
Anaheim's at 7, San Jose's is 12, Dallas is 19.
Minnesota's 18, and then you got LA, who's in a second wildcard spot. They're scoring a lot more goals than they're giving up, but
it's got some bad bounces.
They get some bad bounces here. I mean, I feel like if they sneak into that playoff, the playoffs,
6-4 in their last 10.
Yeah, if they sneak in the playoffs as either one of the wild cards, I think they can give that one seed a little run for their money, and then they're rolling after that, right?
If they get Vegas in that first round.
Yeah, exactly. If they can luck out and get Vegas in that first round, I think Los Angeles takes that easily.
I don't know about easily, but I think they probably would take it.
I'm thinking easily.
Yeah, you think Quick can shut them down?
I think Quick can shut them down. I mean, Drew Doughty is like top defenseman in the league. Yeah. Anze's having an unbelievable season this year. Toffoli, Pearson, all those guys are doing good. I like LA if they can somehow manage to keep this up.
LA can probably give every team in the Western?
Yeah.
Every team in the Western Conference.
I feel like it's going to be
LA could give them a series,
I think Nashville is going to be your hardest series. Like Nashville is, they're 9-1 right now in their last 10. They're still they roll 9 in a row for them.
They're plus 48.
Pecorine is an unbelievable goalie, probably one of the top goalies in the league right now. And then you got like Philip Forsberg's having an unreal year. Mike Fisher's coming back. He had a fucking unreal debut coming out of retirement. I mean,
the only team.
And then we were talking about this. Hartman, the old Blackhawk, he's 2 goals in his 2 games with Nashville.
Yeah, he's definitely providing
something for Nashville. I like Nashville coming out of the West for sure. I think if I had to pick Stanley Cup final right now, it's going to be Nashville and Pittsburgh.
Nashville and Pittsburgh? You're going to say Pittsburgh's going to beat Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think Nashville and Pittsburgh, and it's as much as I want Nashville to win their first Stanley Cup,
Pittsburgh's a tall order.
Pittsburgh's a tall order, man. If they three-peat, that would be fucking impressive. Yep. So you can't. And again, it's Sidney Crosby, right?
You can't bet against Sid the Kid. You can't bet against Tom Brady. You can't bet against Sid the Kid. You can't bet against Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Just wanted to point out one thing here. Los Angeles, in their favor, they do have the least amount of goals against in the entire Western Conference. Nashville's second there, so. Mm-hmm. Might be looking at maybe an LA Nashville Western Conference Finals.
Happens, I mean, I'd be surprised if
1-8.
I'd be surprised if Los Angeles made it here, but made it to it's gonna be a surprise if not. It's not a huge surprise, but it'll be good if. Interesting to see if Los Angeles can actually make the playoffs, and if it'll be a huge surprise if they make that West final. I mean,
and if Colorado beats them out, then none of this matters.
Yeah, I mean, they've done it before from that 8 spot.
Yep. Even last year in Nashville.
Yeah, they've definitely done it before with that 8 spot. I mean, and the old LA coach Sutter was talking that the team that LA has right now resembles a lot of the team that he coached with that 8 seed that won the cup that year. So I mean,
if anybody would know,
anyone would know, it would be him, right? Yep. So, I mean, they still have pretty much the same guys as they did before, like Doughty and Kopitar and Quick and all those guys. So
these guys know how to win.
These guys know how to win for sure. Yeah. So I think the playoffs are going to be looking good. Can't wait for that. I can't wait to talk about that. All the episodes we have. So
we'll definitely have a future NHL playoff preview. Get our picks in there.
Oh, for sure.
Just right now, early pick: Stanley Cup champion.
Stanley Cup champion. I am going with Pittsburgh.
I'm going to go with Nashville. I think they learned how to win last year. They pushed them, and I think this year is their year.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good pick. I like that.
Yeah.
Good point.
All right. Good point. Know what we're talking about.
Good talk. I like that.
All right, so we're going to move on here. Talk a little bit of Blue Jays here. Tyler Clippard gets signed. He's 32 years old at this point. He's been in the majors for 11 seasons. He gets a minor league deal from the Jays. What are your initial reaction on Tyler Clippard and his thick-ass glasses?
Depth, man.
Yep.
I like it. Yep. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be able... I don't know if he's going to play a lot.
Going to be a major piece of that pen or anything?
He's not going to be a major piece, but, I mean, it adds depth, right? You can never go wrong with too much depth. So, yep. I like it. I mean... Again, main issue, doesn't throw left-handed.
Yeah, they don't have a second lefty out beside Aaron Lou.
Yeah.
doesn't look like they're going to be carrying one unless like Craig Breslow makes it. Yeah,
exactly.
Or Tim Meza impresses all of a sudden.
I mean, I don't mind it. Low risk, high reward.
Yeah, just like every other move we've been talking about.
Same with the ooh sign. So
yeah. I think Seguin probably has a better chance to
be a piece. He's a lot. Seguin has a lot better upside than Clippard, but I mean, Clippard got it done before. He had a 3.11 ERA last year. So.
Well, his ERA last year was 4.77.
Okay, when did he have a 3.1? Something, I don't know.
Okay, his ERAs have since 2012. His ERAs have been 3.7. Well, 2011 1.83, and this was when he was a really elite reliever.
Right. Yeah.
1.83, 3.72, 2.41, 2.18, 2.92, 2.79. Then he gets traded. He's moving all over the place. He's been. After Washington, has been Oakland, Mets, Arizona, New York, Chicago, and Houston. Yeah. But he has experience closing, setting up. The last couple years, he's had a 4.77 ERA, but just the year before that with the Yankees, it was 2.49. So the guy's got something left, probably. I mean, it'll be up to the Blue Jays to figure out what he has left.
Yeah, exactly. See how fucking John Gibbons utilizes him, if he does at all, or...
He likes Danny Barnes and Ryan Tepera.
Speaking of bullpen, I forgot to do this. This was Who's Back of the Week. I forgot.
Yeah.
The Diamondbacks posted on Twitter. They're bringing back the bullpen car.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. How awesome is that?
They're bringing back the bullpen car, and if you don't know what that is, a car brings out the pitcher they bring out of the bullpen from the bullpen to the mound. So they don't have to run out there.
Yeah. How sweet is that?
That is pretty sweet, but I think it's stupid. I think it looks stupid. Like just a car rolling out there and shit.
The guy can't just walk to the mound himself.
Exactly. You need... That's their warm-up, is running out to the fucking mound, right? Mm-hmm. Before they toss a couple pitches. Get the legs flowing, get the blood flowing in the legs a little bit there.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Clippy, back to the Four Eyes here.
Yeah. I honestly don't even, like, if we're looking at the arms they have, I don't even want him really to make the bullpen, because out of the right-handers, I would rather Joe Biagini and Ramirez make it before Tyler Clippard. I don't know. He's kind of regressing.
Yeah.
They have enough right-handers, like you said. I'd probably even rather one of the lefty options in the pen besides him. It kind of looks like they want to fit in. They want to fit in like John Axford or Al Albuquerque or someone they're signing in there.
I feel like he's going to be playing. I actually don't know what's going to happen with Clippard. I don't know if he's going to be playing with Buffalo, if they're just going to release him.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I mean,
if they send him down to Buffalo, then
he's depth, right?
He's depth, and you can bring him up at any time. And then when September ball comes around, there's another piece.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you keep him in the minors, you bring him up. He doesn't have options, so you only have one shot at bringing him up.
Yeah.
And letting him do something really.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a veteran arm.
Yeah.
I don't expect much, but we'll see if he can do something.
Again, depth. That's pretty much what the Blue Jays are going for with this one.
And that's kind of been their Achilles heel the last couple of years, injuries, and then you bring up subpar minor league talent that shouldn't be in the major leagues.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have major league pieces here that can pitch in the majors, and it's just up to John Gibbons and his staff to figure out which ones they're going to bring.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to move on from the Blue Jays here, just so we talk a little bit about that. Mm-hmm. So on a more serious topic here, over the last week and a bit, Demar DeRozan came out with some comments about his depression and his anxiety and his past, saying how, just some nights he just can't sleep, or he'll have panic attacks and whatever else.
Yeah.
And coming out of an athlete the caliber of Demar DeRozan, you don't really expect that. I mean, the guy grew up in LA, he's been playing basketball his whole life. With the stardom that comes with that, big high school recruit, goes to UCLA, gets drafted, I believe, 8th to the Toronto Raptors. USC, not UCLA, sorry. Plays as a Trojan, gets drafted by the Toronto Raptors pretty high, has had consistent playing time his whole career, and now he's a superstar. So, for him to come out and say these things, hopefully...
It's kind of shocking, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You would never expect a high-end athlete, or any athlete in general, to experience like depression or whatever. Like, you have all the money in the world, right?
Yeah, and especially
you live the life.
He hasn't really had many valleys in his careers. I mean, he keeps just getting better and better.
Exactly.
And he's had this since he was at least 15, 16 years old.
Mm-hmm. and he was saying in that interview that he had on TSN or whatever, where he was saying that they asked him, does it harder to play basketball with this going on in your mind? And then he said that this is the only way he copes with that, right?
Yeah.
Being able to go out there, play the game that he loves day in and day out.
Which is almost strange to me, because you'd think, like, if he did have any mental issues, they would be caused by basketball. You know what I mean? With the stress and, like, being away from his family and all of that kind of stuff. I feel that, like, that'd almost be a catalyst for mental illness. But clearly that's what helps him cope with everything. And his comments had spurred Kevin Love to come out.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that when Isaiah Thomas was on the team, Kevin Love had come out of that Hawks game, and there was some finger pointing. Dwayne Wade was still on the team at that point. So there was a lot of problems with the Cavaliers and him coming out of that game. But I guess DeMar DeRozan's comments had inspired him to kind of come out. And he said that during that game he actually had a panic attack. And he didn't know what a panic attack was at that point because he had never had one. So, but he said he had a panic attack, and DeRozan's comments had really helped him come forward. And he, feels a lot better now and trying to battle mental health.
Yeah.
What do you think about kind of all this support that each of them have been given? And
I feel like this is what DeMar has done is going to open up a lot of doors, especially for average Joe people like
me and you,
like myself and you. A lot of people, including myself, no one has ever known that I've experienced mental health. Like I get anxiety attacks, like Kevin Love, like panic attacks, and I do that. Like I get depression shit.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Sucks.
Of course.
And I've never really wanted to talk about it with anyone, but I feel like what DeMar is doing, and it's going to open up for kids and teenagers to really talk about that with people and really help them, because kids look up to DeMar, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially young athletes, young basketball players.
If young athletes are like, well, wow, DeMar's doing it, why can't I do it, right?
Yeah, I can feel like this too. It's kind of gratification to know that somebody at that there's status in life can have those feelings as well.
There's always going to be, and before, when I was younger, like 4 or 5 years ago, even when I started getting the attacks again this summer, I always felt like I was never been able to talk to anyone with it. Even my family, I could never talk. Like I would just eat me away. I would just keep it inside of me.
Suffer in silence,
right? But because I just never wanted people to experience the pain that I felt.
Yeah, you didn't want to worry them.
I didn't want to worry them. I just wanted to keep it inside. But I mean, I started talking to my family about it and my friends.
Yeah.
And it brings off a relief. It feels good to do it. And just if you're listening and you have those issues like DeMar and a lot of other people, you're definitely not alone, and you can talk about it. And then if you ever need, even if you want to just talk to me about it, or John, doesn't even matter, just don't be afraid to shoot us some messages, get it off your chest. It feels good to talk about. And I mean, DeMar has done it, and a lot of people are going to continue to do it too. So don't be afraid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody should suffer in silence. Everybody always has those doubts and those fears and those feelings of inadequacy. But I mean, that's why we're all human. We all have to fight through those.
Exactly.
And hopefully, everybody can just help each other. We can just have a nice, friendlier society.
Exactly.
Everybody is nice
ELE.
to everybody.
ELE. Yes. Everybody love everybody.
Exactly.
But yeah, this is going to pave the way for a lot more people to do the same thing, I think. And good on DeMar. I feel like.
Yep, absolutely.
This is unbelievable what DeMar has been doing. So
it seems like there's a lot of support for him as well. So.
It takes a lot of guts to come out and say what he said, even as a professional athlete. I mean, still, good on him. DeMar DeRozan's slowly creeping up to be one of my
favorite players out there.
Here now.
Do you know who Lil B the Based God is on Twitter?
No.
Like Lil B's curses and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Stuff like that.
I've heard about that, yeah.
So he, just while we're on the topic of mental illness, and I thought this was brave of him, but two, I thought it was kind of like gross. But he tweets about how he suffers through depression and everything. Yeah. But he tweets some days when he's really depressed, he doesn't wipe his ass.
Okay, well, this is...
So, like, when he goes through, like, week-long depression stints, like, he just, like, if he shits once or twice a day, he just never wipes his ass. Like, that's not depression. That's just fucking...
Why are we even talking about
Well, I just wanted to bring it up because how fucking strange is that?
Yeah, that is strange. Fuck me.
Like, that's just not... You gotta get help if you're that depressed.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody should ever be that depressed. Yeah. But they're like, what's the point of wiping my own ass?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lil B out there. We're thinking about you.
Yeah, we're thinking about you. Let us
now
know.
We are.
No, for fuck's sakes. Anyways.
Alright, so we're gonna go into our third segment to end this up. Our third segment of Top 5 with Jon and Oz.
Oh, yeah,
where we rank our top 5... anything that we want to come up with that day.
So we've decided on a little hip-hop rap artist today?
Yeah, a little hip-hop rap artists, top 5. I'm going to go... You want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I want you to go first.
Okay, all right.
Put you on the hot seat here.
Yeah, here we go.
God damn it.
Yeah, got a sound in there at least once this podcast.
Fuck's sakes.
I always want to get like 6 or 7 in there, but we just get to talking and we don't get any in there.
We forget about it. Okay, there's 2.
There's
you
2.
Happy now?
Yes, there's 2. Now I'm happy. Okay, so my top 5 hip-hop artists that are slaying it on the mic, as you put it.
I hate if you put Lonzo Ball on this list, I'm going to kill you.
Born to Ball, number 1 album of 2018. But my number 1 right now is got to be the Migos. You can put all 3 of them in there. I think that the level of success that they're not even having just as a group, but having even individually when they go off and do their own things. I mean, Offset just did an album with 21 Savage, which is fantastic.
21 Cabbage, yeah.
Yeah, and Quavo obviously does all of his features, and then Culture 2 was, I think it's gone double platinum at this point.
Yeah, I didn't really like Culture 2. I didn't think that was...
No, I didn't think there was...
It wasn't as good as
I thought
everyone
Culture,
anticipated it would be.
Culture was probably better.
Oh, yeah.
But Culture 2 had some bangers.
Yeah.
So, put the Migos up there at number 1. I think number 2, I mean, he hasn't released his fucking album yet, but Post Malone's got to be number 2 for me. I mean, every song he puts out there is just killing it on the charts.
Yeah.
Psycho's going wild right now. Rockstar before that. Stoney is double platinum and Stoney's whatever else. Yeah. So, we have to put Post Malone solidly at number 2. After he puts out this album, if it's as good as everyone thinks it's going to be, he might have to slide up to my number 1. But number 3... right now in the hip-hop game, a lot of people are going to hate my list.
I feel like a lot of people are, yeah. Swear to God, if you say Lil Yachty or, like, fucking someone...
You don't like Lil Boat?
No.
No? You're not a big Lil Boat fan?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
It's brutal.
You don't like his pink hair?
No.
What do you mean? Why not?
Because it's stupid. He's stupid. And he just has a bad voice and it's bad lyrics. That's all I gotta say.
But you're gonna put J. Cole as your number 1.
No, he's not gonna be my number 1.
No.
Are you calling J. Cole stupid?
Maybe.
A guy with double platinum, no features, is stupid.
Yes.
Okay. You continue your shitty list then.
All right. I revealed my top 2. Now you have to reveal your top 2.
My top 2.
Yeah.
Without a question, number 1 is King Kendrick.
Yeah, fair enough.
Kendrick Lamar is definitely number 1. Number 2 and 3 are really hard for me.
Okay.
It's between Drake and J. Cole.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know who I don't know who goes where, but if I had to pick right now, gotta have to go Drake. I mean, I've always loved Drake.
Yeah.
Drake's been the guy.
Global ambassador for your Toronto Raptors.
He's been the guy since I started to listen. He's the only reason why I pretty much listen to hip hop and rap is because of Drake.
Yeah.
I mean, his song, can't remember what the fucking song it was, but this is really gonna piss me off. I can't remember the song.
Are we going top 5 current like rappers, or are just top 5 current? Or our top 5 rappers?
Our top 5 rappers.
Okay, well, I thought we were just doing current rappers.
God damn
Fucked
it.
the dog on that one.
Okay. Well,
How about you put out your list, because now I gotta rethink
Okay,
mine.
so scratch the shit list you had before with Migos and shit. I don't know if he's still gonna put it in there.
Well,
but
the Migos and Post Malone will still be on the list.
I can understand Post Malone. So King Kendrick's number 1 for me. Drake would be number 2. J. Cole's number 3. 2014 Forest Hills Drive is the greatest album ever created. Actually, no, it's not. To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar's album is the greatest album ever created. Number 4 is going to be... Number 4 right now, I have to go Logic. I'm gonna have to go Logic.
He's black. If you don't know, he really wants everyone to know he's black.
Yeah. Number 4 is gonna be Logic, and number 5 I'm gonna slide in here. I mean, we could easily go top 10. I could easily go top 10. But since we're going top 5, I'm sliding Post out. If we were doing current right now, I would put Post in.
Yeah.
But since we're doing of all greatest, not greatest rappers, our favorite rappers, I would have to go with Yeezus.
Yeezus?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. A little Kanye action. I mean, it's really a toss-up. It'd be a toss-up for the 5 spot with Kanye and Jay-Z.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's going to be Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, Logic, and Kanye. That's my top 5.
Okay. Very lyrical.
Yeah.
Lyricists in there.
Very lyrical in there. Yeah. That's why I listen to.
Okay. So, number 1, easily, Eminem. I don't even think it's really even close.
Here's another thing about me. You guys thought I was fucked up for not liking Will Ferrell. I don't like Eminem.
See, that's just...
I don't know why.
That's just... He's the king of rap.
I don't know why I don't like Eminem.
He is the rap god.
I mean, I went to that concert at Comerica.
I'd kill to go see an Eminem concert. You didn't even enjoy it.
I didn't really enjoy it. I enjoyed all the other people that were involved with the concert. I just didn't... I don't know. I don't know why. Eminem's never been my guy. Everyone's like, why don't you use your guy?
You talk about lyricists. Yeah. Eminem's the most lyrical rapper we've ever seen. Ever.
I know. I don't know. Anyways,
anyway. So, I have to put Eminem on my number 1 spot. Easily, by far. At number 2, I love me some Migos, man. I honestly love the Migos.
More than Drake?
Yes. I think the Migos... by themselves, I don't think one of them are better than Drake. But by themselves, together as a unit, their flow is fantastic.
Okay, if we're talking about units then, what are you going to put next? One Direction?
Maybe.
God damn it.
Maybe.
Okay, anyways.
Hey, don't spoil my top 5. Damn it, now I got to take them out, and I got to make it suspenseful. But they've revolutionized the rap game here. They're probably by far the most well-known new age rappers. And I think they're phenomenal. They have their own style you haven't really ever seen before. And I got to put them on my number 2. At my number 3, I am going to have to go Drake. He's just everything you said. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
Canadian. I mean...
He's king of...
Yeah, he's
the king of the game right now.
He's by far the most successful current rapper.
Yeah. Definitely, for sure.
With how much he's made and how many albums he's put out, and
which is I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that he's only going to come out with one more album before he lays down his music career.
I don't know. I think if he fucking it goes double platinum and sells it out, you know what?
Yeah, I feel like it's just gonna.
What are you gonna do?
His next album is just gonna be unreal. It's gonna be fucking gross. I don't know if it's gonna be better
God's
than...
plan if God's plan tells you anything, it's going to be a crowd pleaser.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, you continue.
Yeah, so we're going to go Eminem, we're going to go Migos, we're going to go Drake. Number 4, I'm going to put Post Malone. He has had a much shorter career than, guys like Kanye and Kendrick and everybody else.
Yeah.
Just the quality of the music he puts out is fantastic.
All songs are bangers, right? There isn't one bad song.
No, everything he puts out is fantastic. He knows himself. He doesn't try to go away from what's made him popular.
Yeah.
The
only thing that's holding Post Malone back is he's really ugly. It looks like he smells bad.
He is actually very ugly. I mean, that's coming from us. But
yeah. Well, hey, don't be dissing us. We are good looking.
Look at our Bitmojis on there. You guys know that I look damn good in that Raptors jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
But I got to put Post Malone number 4.
I'm interested to see who your number 5 is.
My number 5, it's going to be Jay-Z.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. I mean, it's just
he's
a legend. He's just a legend.
He's a
legend,
just right?
You can't. I mean, he's banging Beyonce, so you got to give him extra points for that too. I mean, he's ugly too, so it's like you got to give him extra points for that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I like Kanye. I mean, obviously Kendrick Lamar is right up there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as big of a Kendrick fan as you are. Honestly, I don't love his voice and the way he does that weird high-pitched thing that he does, but he does it constantly.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a thing that he sometimes does. Like, that's his constant kind of tone, and it kind of gets on my nerves sometimes. But Kendrick's definitely up there. Kanye, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I really like a lot of the new, like, can't hate Lil Boat. Come on, he's got his own nice sound with his nice flow.
Oh, my God.
But,
Lil Pimp?
Lil Smoke Perp.
R.I.P. Lil Pit.
Lil Pump. But you gotta appreciate guys like Future.
Yeah.
Kodak Black as well.
And
21 Savage is probably at my number 6 spot. But
we're just gone to an hour here. I think we can. Do you want to stretch this into top 10 here?
If I'm going top 10, my top 10 is Eminem, Migos, Drake, Post Malone, Jay-Z, 21 Savage, Future at number 7. I'm going to put Kodak Black at number 8, just because I love his stupid mumble sound he's got going on. Number 9, I'm going to have to go Mike Stud, just because I'm a huge Mike Stud fan. I saw him in concert with Stroman. I mean, as a Blue Jays fan, I got to get him in the top 10.
Yeah. And
then 10, I'm going to put Kanye.
No, do you even add J. Cole in there at all? Ever?
No.
Okay. See, you're cucked. You are cucked.
I'm cut because I'm not a big J. Cole fan.
Yeah, you're cucked.
I mean, he had like one good song off of...
One good song. One good song. He went double platinum with no features, and it's one good song?
There was one good song on that album.
What was the one good song on that album?
Look at the movies that win Oscars. Not everything that people say is good is actually good.
Okay. Anyways, what was the one good song that you liked on... It was 2014 Forest Hills Drive you're talking about, right?
Yes.
What was the one good song you like?
One sec, I have it on my phone. I'm going to look it up. I don't even know the name of it.
No Role Models?
Yes. That was the only one. That was the crowd pleaser, right? Like that was...
It wasn't even the crowd pleaser.
No?
Fire Squad is unbelievable. Don't even get me started on January 28th.
You don't like Eminem.
Okay, see?
The Eminem show is... You think... What did you say the greatest album was? Well, you're wrong, because it's the Eminem Show by Eminem.
The Eminem Show?
The Eminem Show is by far the greatest rap album that has ever been put out.
Kendrick Lamar, posted an album and received just as much nominations as Michael fucking Jackson, who's the king of music.
You're going to tell me that Kendrick Lamar is better than Eminem?
Yes.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
Yes, you are wrong.
You tell us, who's better, Eminem or Kendrick Lamar?
Yes, let us know.
Let us know. You won't let us know, but please let
Nobody's even listening at this point. But if even one person could chime in on this debate.
Okay, so if I'm going top 10, Kendrick's number 1, Drake's number 2, J. Cole's number 3.
At least we both like Drake.
Logic's number 4, Kanye's number 5, Jay-Z's 6. Future would be 7 for me.
Future was my 7 as well.
Future's going number 7 for me. Throwing it back here, Tupac is number 8.
See, I had never got into his music, nothing like that.
Tupac's number 8 for me. Got to slide Biggie in there at number 9. And then number 10, ooh. I'm probably missing someone, but maybe Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne?
I think Lil Wayne. His old stuff was fire, man.
His old stuff was fire back in 2005.
Back in the day. I mean, I got guys like Tupac and Biggie on there from the 90s, so I mean,
now that I actually think about it and I'm not just on the spot, you know how you always oh shit.
Yeah.
I think my last 2 guys were Kodak Black and Kanye. I'm gonna have to slide them down for Wiz and Snoop Dogg just because
that's true.
Wiz and Snoop Dogg are just outstanding.
Yeah.
They're both...
you had Mike Stud in there.
Okay, so put Kodak at 10, and we'll slide Mike Stud and Kanye out of there because I'm not a huge Kanye fan.
You just slide Kanye out of there. Wow.
I like Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa more than Kanye.
Wow, that's
I like Kodak Black more than Kanye, to be fair. I'm not a huge Kanye West fan. I mean,
you don't like Yeezus?
It's not that I don't like him. There's just a lot of guys that I prefer over him.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Very interesting, anyways.
You're a big Logic fan, eh?
I am a big Logic fan.
I mean, he's good. I mean, he's definitely, if we had like a top 25, something like that. I'm not gonna put him at 25, but I'm just saying if it was, what's another number that's a countdown number?
15, 20, anything to do with anything? You can do top 17 if you want. Wherever Logic is, that's where the top comes.
17 and a half.
If you put him at 17, then there's your top 17, just so you can put him in there.
Yeah, okay.
But no, I like Logic. I mean, he talks about real shit. He's not like...
Eminem doesn't talk about real shit?
No, but Eminem's... I'm not going to say it. Gay. Anyways. But I don't know. I like Logic. I appreciate him. Talks about real shit. Same with Kendrick Lamar, talks about real shit. J. Cole talks about real shit. Eminem.
But his voice is too high.
No, his voice isn't too high. Anyways, yeah, that's the top 10.
And nobody is going to be able to pay attention. Nobody can remember our top 10s because they change so often.
Yeah, whatever. That is what it is, right?
We're just talking some hip-hop here.
Yeah, talking some hip-hop.
We're very white, so...
Yeah. No, we are not.
No, wait, we're not.
We're not.
We're very knowledgeable, and we're not extremely white.
We're knowledgeable about a lot of things, not just sports. We know No, we don't know politics.
We know lots about Fortnite.
We know a lot about Fortnite. I gotta tell you, I'll tell you about before we head out here. Before we cut this episode, I want to talk about my my Fortnite win today. My solo win, first solo win on my account. I mean, we won one on yours. I won one
hiding
on yours.
in a bush.
Bush hiders. The win I got today was pretty interesting. I'll start off, got into the game, right? Picked Pleasant Park as my start off point.
Sounds pleasant.
Sounds pleasant. I know I was trying to do the challenges.
I got a third one in there.
I was trying to do the challenges to get open 7 chests at Pleasant Park, so I dove in there, picked a nice house, killed 3 guys coming out of Pleasant Park. Wow, am I ever good? 3 guys. I think I finished with like 4 kills. So
I finished with 3 kills.
So I killed guys I killed 3 guys at Pleasant Park. Ran the ending spot was in Anarchy Acres.
Okay.
So I dipped up to there. It was like kind of between Anarchy Acres and Wailing Woods.
Okay.
So I went up to there and got to the final 2. Some guy was building a massive base. It was the final 2. I was like, oh shit. This guy has the upper hand on me. So I snuck up behind him. I went underneath his base because he was building outward. Like he had like the main part, like the main structure, and then he built outwards.
Okay.
So he was on there. So I just hid under the outwards part because he can't fucking see me, right?
Yeah.
Unless he built like a
unless he's
hole,
magic.
Unless he's magic or whatever. So my plan was he was building a platform into the circle wherever he went.
Mm-hmm.
But then he started getting frustrated because he couldn't find me. So he started blowing up all like the little shacks and shit that were around that vicinity to see if I was in there.
Yeah.
And then he started blowing up a tree. And then he was doing it with an RPG. I guess he shot something and it ricocheted off his base and it blew himself up. And that's how I ended up winning. I did nothing to get the win. I stood there. I was looking at my phone. I was waiting for the circle to move. I was staying there, and then the number 1 Victory Royale thing came up. I was like, fucking rights, I won!
And then that bitch went on Snapchat.
And then no, I didn't put that one on Snapchat, actually.
Wow. Very mature of you.
Very mature of me, yeah. Very 23-year-old like
me. Way to keep your cock in your pants on that one.
Exactly. So, yeah, that was my Fortnite story for the day.
So if anybody wanted to listen to us talk about sports, you can go fuck yourselves, because that's not what happened this episode.
Yeah, this whole ending's kind of been a mosh posh.
It's just been there's been murmurs of an ending here.
Murmurs of an ending. Anyways, we'll be back. We will be back on Friday.
Yep, Friday.
We'll have some fun times on that one.
Don't know what we'll discuss, but we'll discuss some sports and some things.
Stuff here. Maybe we'll do. You know what we should do on Friday?
Make you listen to Eminem.
No. We'll do some fun. Make some fun times Friday.
Friday.
We'll do. I'll do a little own mock draft of the NFL. A little NFL mock draft. Mock Draft Friday.
Mock Draft Friday.
Mock Draft Friday. We did Mock Draft Friday last week with baseball. It's not going to be with fantasy. This one will be actual draft, but we'll do the first 15 picks, see who's going to go, who we think's going to go where.
Yep.
We can do that. And then Sunday, get ready for the big one.
Big Selection Sunday.
Big Selection Sunday here for us. March Madness is coming up. Best time of the year.
We know so much.
I don't know what's your favorite month in sports. It's either October, where there's NFL's starting up again.
Yeah.
Got baseball playoffs.
Yeah.
And NHL again is. I think NHL's kicking off just in October too. Anyways, but yeah.
Basketball comes back on.
Basketball comes back on, and then March. I like March Madness. Not a big college basketball fan. You always gotta like to watch March Madness, right?
March Madness is always awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So can't go wrong with Selection Sunday. Tune into that one.
Fill out your bracket and watch it get beat in the first game.
We will be filling out our brackets. Me, you, and special guest
Mike Adamo, all the way from
Peterborough. We'll get him on the show. He'll talk a little bit about Michigan. About Michigan.
We're gonna call him, so we don't know how great it's gonna sound, but we're gonna get him in here.
It's gonna sound great.
It's gonna sound so great.
Yeah. So that's gonna be the big episode. You're gonna want to tune in for that one. So yeah.
You're gonna want to tune in for all of the episodes.
Tune in for all of them. Yeah. So we will be back on Friday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Stick around, and we will see you guys on Friday.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good evening.